Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching The Breakfast on Plus TV Africa. And now it's time to discuss 2025 and your finances. Let's turn our attention to the financial landscape for 2025 and the importance of making informed decisions in an ever-evolving economy. With rising costs, fluctuating markets, and shifting economic policies, understanding how to manage your finances effectively has never been more critical. Today, we'll discuss the practical strategies for budgeting, saving, and investing while navigating the challenges and opportunities the new year may bring, because we're already in January, in fact, 3 weeks in. Stay with us as we explore how Nigerians can start to manage their finances and take control of their financial future in 2025. Now, joining us this morning is Donatus Onoja, as an investment advisor, FBN Quest. Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
So last year, 2024, we sat on this table and we talked about how your money can grow, right? We talked about investments and all of that. But the funny thing is that in this past 1 year, a lot has happened to Nigerians. For Nigerians, maybe not so much, but to Nigerians. And we've seen how the economy had taken a different turn. Right now, a lot of people can barely afford the basic necessities of life. But it's important that we think of better ways to upskill, one, and then even manage the little resources that we have. So let's start from there. Making your money grow, part two, if I can call it that. So making your money grow for you, the little money that you have, making it grow for you, part two. But managing your finances in 2025, how do we get started with that?
Okay, thank you very much for this beautiful question.
Yeah.
So it is a new year, and it is a time to set. We are all doing the
vision boarding.
Vision boarding.
Yes.
This is my New Year resolution.
Yes.
Then it's also a good time to look at our finances. So what are my financial goals for 2025? What do I seek to achieve?
I know mine though. I know I want to make a lot of money. That's my financial goal. Financial independence. And I'm sure that's what a lot of Nigerians want right now.
Excellent. So that will go, financial planning will come in. And top on that financial planning is, okay, those things that I want to do, where is the funding going to come from?
Yeah.
Already, we know that the national budget is presently with the National Assembly for consideration, about 47.9 trillion, right? Government is expecting 36 trillion revenue, but there's a borrowing there, 13 trillion. And that is opportunity for you to make money because government is going to be borrowing. Now, having laid out your plan, your budget for the year, where am I going to get funding for all the financial goals that I want to achieve for this year? So, having looked at that, the next is, okay, how much do I even earn currently? We are all looking for side hustle. We are all looking for one thing or the other to increase our money. But, however, the big question is, even the money that you currently earn, how best are you making use of it? Is the money you are earning also earning money for you?
I like that. I want that. I want to be sleeping and making money.
Yeah, your salary is a seed in your hand. What are you doing with the seed? Are you eating everything up? Are you saving some? And savings is not enough. You can't grow wealth by just saving money.
Yeah.
You have to invest it. And there are various options for investment. And this is a good time for us to consider from what we even earn. How is those earning even generating revenue for you? Yeah. This is January 2025. Some companies are paying bonuses upfront. There are some monies you are entitled to. Yeah. How are you using those funds? Some people are going into a job and the rest. What are you doing? Are you just leaving those money to just be lying fallow? 2025 is a time to make your money work for you, to really make your money grow for you.
Yeah, because I love the fact that you said savings is not enough, because honestly, if you look at what inflation has been, imagine having 100,000 in the bank as of 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Right now, it's not even worth the same. There's not so much you can do about it. But of course, now if we're talking about managing your finances, if I want to start a plan, how do I start? Where do I begin from? I don't know anything about managing my finances. Maybe I've been terrible with managing my finances. And now in 2025, I'm saying I want to do better with that. What are some steps I need to take to be able to get there?
Okay, excellent. So again, we go back. The first question is, what is the goal? What is the objective? If you are not very financial savvy, thank God the #1 university today is your YouTube, is your Google. Any help you need, if you want to do personal, you can go there. How to set up your financial goal, how to go about it, that opportunity is available. There are also professionals out there that you can seek. If you need help, seek help. However, the most important thing is starting point. Come on, government itself, as big as the government has told us that, look, we are looking at 47.9 trillion. That's what we are looking at spending as national budget, not talking about the subnational budget. You too should look at your own economy. We've seen what inflation...
your own private
your own
economy.
Personal economy. As a businessman, as an individual that is earning salary. Yes, salary is never enough. We all want more. However, please look carefully at what you currently earn. How best are you using the money that you currently earn? Are you just spending everything? Are you setting aside some? Are you entitled to some bulk money based on where you work? And can you put out those money into work? I've run into a couple of friends that will say, okay, my rent is 2 million naira. That rent, I can collect it from where I work. My rent is not due until June, right? Why not collect the rent now, January? Put it in financial instrument that, of course, that guarantees your principal preservation. And by June, when you are going to pay, that money have earned some things for you.
Something for you.
If you are a businessman, an SME, as an SME person, you have some payables that are not due yet, but the money is ready. Why are you leaving it in your savings?
And especially when inflation comes, at least you've been able to get something from there. So there are two things I want to talk about, and I'm sure that's what we need now as Nigerians. One is saving and budgeting tips, and the other is investment opportunities. But let's start with the saving and budgeting. How do you think Nigerians can save and budget themselves to be able to invest in 2025?
Okay. So budgeting is projection, right? Both your revenue as well as your expenses. It is very, very important for you to put down what you want to spend, what you are earning. Look at it carefully. And, you know, most times we don't have, we have revenue problem as individuals, especially for this economy. We don't have a spending problem. Even if you give me 1 million naira, I'm now living here, I know how to blow it, right? But
so many ideas will come up.
Absolutely. So now look at your revenue lines and look at your expense line. For your expense line, you have to critically interrogate it. What do I have there? Are they important? Are there some that I can skip? Are these needs or they are just wants? So you do your scale of preference. What are the most important things that I should do? And what can wait? You understand? So when you look at your expenses, you tick the boxes, the ones that are important, and then try to have a surplus budget. Because if I earn 1 million or 500,000 in a month and I end up spending 600, that means there's even a hole. I have to look for 100K to balance my budget. But when you earn 500 and you spend 400, you have created opportunity for you to save some money. And you know what? Expenses will always grow to meet your revenue. No matter what you earn, it's not enough.
At all.
Right? So you have to discipline yourself to make sure that you have some savings. People work these days, pay off everything, pay off people around them, you know, and forgetting themselves, not paying themselves. How do you pay yourself? By setting aside some fund for investment. So it is critical that as we draw up our financial goals, our budget for this year, we look at our finances again. What are my budgets looking like? What are my expense lines? What are my revenue lines? And then tick out those that are important and make sure that we leave out something that is good, that we are going to set aside for savings and then investing. Now,
I know that there's, I was even just trying to draw that up, but I couldn't get it. I know that there are like certain percentages that you need to maybe use for personal funds, certain percentages for investments, certain percentages for savings, for family, for even unforeseen expenditure, right? So it's important that we go along that line when it comes to budgeting. But let's move over to investment opportunities, because I'm sure that's what people are itching to hear right now. How to make my money grow for me, how to make sure that even while I'm sleeping, I'm making money. It's important. That's the best way to even retire, to say, yes, I'm making money even if I'm not actively working. So what are some investment opportunities that are available to people right now that they can just, jump right in and it will yield them good funds?
Okay, thank you for the question. Now, before you talk about investment, there are 3 critical questions you have to answer. Number 1, why am I investing?
This seems like therapy. It seems like you're having like personal therapy with yourself, because you have to ask yourself so many questions. True. What are my goals? Yeah. What do I want? Yes. All of my finances. Yes. Fantastic.
Clarity.
Yes, it's very important. And I think it's important to also be true to yourself, because you know what you're making. You know where the money is coming from and what you're spending it on. So you have to ask yourself such pertinent questions. Please go ahead.
So first is, what is the investment goal? What am I investing for? That's first. 2, what time horizon am I looking at? So if you have ₦1 million that you are going to use in 6 months, right? Maybe for your rent.
Yeah.
The kind of investment vehicle you are going to put that money is different from somebody that has free money and there is no plan for that money and want to set it aside.
Just keep it.
So what is the objective? What type of horizon are you looking at? And then the third one, which is also very important, is your risk appetite and your risk profile. Now, the popular saying on the street that the higher the risk, the higher the return. Where the opportunity to actually make money, to maximize wealth, to maximize return, is actually in those risk areas. However, there are some money that you cannot put. If you are planning your wedding in the next 3 months, for example, and you have $5 million that you have set aside, that money should not go into some investment vehicle that the maturity period will take about 1 year. If you do that, you are running into trouble. If you have rent that is due 3 months or 6 months, the funds that you have now is not for speculative activity. So those 3 questions, you have to answer them. If you approach professional and say, look, I want to invest, they will ask you what is the objective, what is the time horizon, and then what is your risk profile. Then the other important question is, okay, how much are we looking at? Do you already have a bulk money that you want to invest, or you want to grow your capital? Okay, from my salary, I can set aside 20,000, I can set aside 50,000. How do I put it? What value can I put it so that I'm not only saving, but investing, my principal, my interest is even compounding. Because as the interest is growing, is recapitalizing the interest, and keep multiplying. So you have to get that out of the way. Having gotten that out of the way, based on your appetite, your time horizon, you start looking at the investment options.
So what are the investment options? That's the juicy part that we want to get to, because we're about to wrap up. So what are these investment opportunities that are out there?
Okay, the investment opportunity, they are broadly classified into 2. You have your equities and you have your fixed income. Now, the equity side of the market, you talk about the NGX, the capital market, where you talk about investing in stock. That's where you can really make your money, Earnings will start coming very soon from the capital market. Companies will start pushing out their performance.
What's the maturity period for that?
Now, that will also play out in your stock selection.
Okay.
If you are not investment savvy, when you are dealing with stock, you have to seek investment
professional advice.
But for the fixed income side, that essentially guarantees principal preservation. And that is where those money that you have for short time should go into. Now, when you talk about fixed income, government instrument also comes in. There's treasury bill there. Now, what is the time horizon I'm looking at? There's instrument for 91 days, there's instrument for 182 days, and there's instrument for 364 days. This money, can I afford to keep it for 1 year, or 6 months, or just 3 months? Then, as in that fixed income basket too, that's where the investment banking space comes to play, the asset management firms. Now, they have all kinds of products in mutual funds. Of course, mutual fund is aggregation of various funds from different people. You put it into basket, then you invest it in maybe money market instrument like the treasury bill itself, fixed income, and commercial paper. Commercial paper is another fixed income instrument. And you know what? Where we are currently, the average return, annual return is 20%.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So why should you now leave your money in savings account,
Accounts.
ending the lower end of single
Maybe
digits,
0.005.
or even 4%,
Yeah.
when there's opportunity for you to earn up to 20%?
Yeah.
So it is important that, having answered these three critical questions, then you look at, okay, what can I do with government? Government is planning to borrow 13 trillion already. They'll be coming into market. There'll be local borrowing through treasury bills, through bond. There will also be foreign borrowing. Well, how are you positioned? Your own situation. What does this suit you? Do you have bulk money that you can invest, you can put aside? Or do you have, I'm starting small, so I have to start putting my 20,000, my 50,000.
So in all of this, how do you get started? You have to obviously seek professional advice, or is it something that anyone can just go to anywhere and get it?
Okay, if you want to invest, unlike the savings account that you just
put your money
money, so you need to seek professional advice so that there will be a proper matching. Having answered those questions, they will say, okay, we'll do fixed income for you. In the fixed income space, we'll do mutual funds for you. For mutual fund, okay, we can do money market for you.
Streamline it to what works. So it's almost like a personalized way to invest your money. I love that. Thank you so much, Donatus. It's been a pleasure having you. And I hope that in Nigeria, all of us can I want to make so much money. I hope that we can all look for better ways to make our monies grow and not just sitting somewhere, but also finding ways that even when we're sleeping, we're making money. That's important. All right, that's it for our show today. Thank you so much for having a breakfast with us. I've been speaking with Donatus Onoja. He's from the FBN Quest, and we've just been talking about how to manage your finances in 2025. I'm sure you definitely want to manage your finances better. We all do, and we all want to make better amounts this year. So hopefully that happens for us. But thank you once again for having breakfast with me. My name is Rume Paulson. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Good morning.